Alright, what we're doing here is I had my boost tied in to my AFR before, and that could mess up something with this drawing the right pressure back, because this is supposed to, okay, normally, alright, let me explain this. Normally when you put a T on something, it allows you to run, like, say, more boost. So this thing might have been either seeing some extra or not seeing enough because we were robbing it with the boost gauge. So I'm just going to put something straight right on this and call it a day there. And then this right here was stretched to beat hell. So I'm just going to put a straight fitting on this and put it back to where it was so it's not so stretched. And then we had this piece here open now, which looks like we did a shitty job of cutting it. It's open now, so we're gonna run this hose in for the boost gauge. That one right there, the boost gauge is on its own, so hopefully that'll be more efficient. And yeah, I think everything should be good. Was gonna put a distribution block on the back of it, but I was like, nah, I got enough back in here to do it. And when we do run a T off of that for our map sensor for our Megasquirt off the blow off valve, but it also comes to right here. So boost gauge over here. I think it'll be all good now. Should be anyway. Thought about taking the map and putting it over there and teeing the boost gauge in with the blow off valve. Put the map there, but I think everything will be fine. I think we'll be alright. And we're waiting on something that's supposed to be here and hopefully gets here soon. So I want to take this thing for a drive and rechange the gear oil one more time in it before the dyno, and buy some more of that gear oil, and hopefully drive it a little bit today, a little bit, and then drain it. Hopefully that'll help, I don't know, get all every little bit of debris or whatever break-in from that, which, like I said, they never told me to change it for break-in because supposedly this didn't need a break-in, but if you looked at that fluid, it looked like it needed a break-in. So we're going to try to run these wires and lines, and I'll get back to you hopefully when that shows up. Our last sticker got messed up, so we got another one. Here's our tool, and then this is what we got, and damn is that ever smaller. That is a lot smaller compared to, where's it at? Look at that. Look at comparison. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. More room and more efficiency. So there's our Turbo Smart. They got the bottom port blocked off. They got two bottom ports. Uh-oh. Yeah, we can do it like that, right? It's gonna really mess up the angle of the hood. And I was not thinking about that, guys. Son of a bitch. I'm not sure if I got enough. Damn it. I already dropped it. But yeah, There it is. We'll check it out, put it on, and see how it works first. Then we'll go from there. Put the fire ring and everything like that on it. But I really don't have nowhere to put it, and I'm just done dropped it on the ground. What else we got in here? There's our fire ring, gaskets, and hardware. So we have everything for it. And then I got a 14-pound spring for it, 7-pound spring inside of it. I could have got one with a 14-pound spring for $262 and not bought the spring separately, but I got that one for $230 with a 7-pound spring and bought a 14-pound spring, so now I got 2 springs. So this winter when we build the engine, and the 14 is a middle and the 7 pin is an outer, so that's 21-pound spring. Then we can keep the gate at like 21 psi and then go from there, or a boost gauge or a boost controller. But I'm gonna get this damn vacuum all hooked up on this car real quick, and then I'll show you guys this more. Okay, yesterday this all came. I didn't get a chance to show it to you because I had to get everything together and get the wife, because I still ain't got her car done yet. But look how much smaller that wastegate is in there. Before, I couldn't even get my radiator out because of the wastegate. Much smaller, hell of a lot nicer. Right now we're just draining the catch can out, and a little bit of stuff coming out, just drip by drip. I went ahead and changed this oil again back here. I don't know what it's gonna look like. Looks green, but it looks like it still has some metal in it, and that's probably from the first time. I think Cash should tell people to change that oil after about 100 miles, and then again about 1,000, and then after that go every 5,000 miles or so before you change your gear oil. But yeah, electric boost controller's hooked up, wiring's all done to it. I'll have to get some black stuff to cover, put all this stuff in a cover a day here once I finally figure out what I'm going to do, because I think I'm going to put a Honda Red on this next year, possibly a top mount or forward facing, not sure yet. But all I got to do is cut the lines for that, make sure everything works for that, and get it ready for the dyno tomorrow. And yesterday when I was in a rush, I was talking about originally, I ended up hooking this line to the top, which the top is what holds the gate closed so it doesn't open, and it'll give you all the boost that you want in the world. And if you've got a boost regulator, you got one here and one here, and they go back and forth to regulate the boost that you want. Well, I went out and hit it yesterday. Thank God it didn't scatter. But I don't know what you guys would call this, but the first O is where she pegged at, and I would say that's about 40 to 45 psi. It pegged there at 40 to 45. That's pretty insane. Wife cleaned the car out today, so it don't look bad. Cleaned it all up, actually. Didn't even notice it. We hit that 35 or 45, 40 pounds of boost, and I thought she was done. But she didn't make no noises. Everything seems fine. God, I hope it's fine. Hopefully everything's good. Should be good. And yeah, I just hope it didn't weaken nothing. That was a lot of boost, guys. I only seen it for like a second. About a second or a quarter of a second is enough to blow one sky high. That's a little nuts. I'm not sure what we're going to get tuned on this time. I'd have to say we'll probably be right at 20. Who knows? I never know until I get there and where I want it set at. if I want it up, I can always tune it up myself a little bit. I just like knowing what horsepower I'm got at what PSI. Then I can kind of figure it out for myself there. Wasn't even going to get it tuned. Just was going to just do it myself and run like 20 pounds. Save myself some money. But I want it all gone through again. The ignition tables, everything going through. Make sure everything's right. Make sure we're good. Had to get that wastegate, so they want my money for the slicks. Still going to try to get those as soon as I can. Shouldn't be too long, hopefully 2 weeks max. I'm going to get those slicks, and hopefully we can run 1199 pass this year. Who knows? We're going to do what we can with what we got. Transmission did not pop out of fifth gear once last night. Smooth and everything. Didn't try to get on it like crazy, like first, second shift. I didn't try that. Just trying to drive it normal. Take it up to the dyno. Get home, then go after that. Wasn't going to change this diff oil until the dyno, after the dyno, but I got to thinking, nah, I better change it before then. Alright. This is still, it's got like a greenish color to it, but it's definitely got, as you can see, metal in it. I got most of the metal out of the pan. I don't see the brass in it now, but that's some weird looking shit. What the fuck is that? I don't know what the hell that shit is. I don't know. I should pour that stuff out and look at it before I put it in a day and see what color it is, but that's some weird looking shit right there. But I can see metal in it right there. Now that could have been from just, well, it's like 100 miles. I only beat on it a little bit. Everything started shifting better and everything, so I wanted to change it before I went to the dyno. And I might want to change it. Might try to change it again too. And if it keeps looking like that after like a few changes, of wasting a lot of money on gear oil, because I really don't think you should have to change this gear oil even the way I beat on my cars more than 3,000 miles. Most guys only change it between 5 and 8. But the way that this metal looks in this, I'm going to ask them if that's just from the, you know, the clutch disc is, the clutch disc and the diff, or is this diff eating itself alive? Look at that shit. Maybe it's like the additive that they put in this stuff. Some crazy looking shit going on in this stuff. I gotta get back to work though. Finish this up real quick. Well, snapped it off right at the end. Last thing to do. Snapped it off. Thank God I'm building a fucking turbo Honda secretly. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? These are off the Honda data boost controllers, so we're going to use these. These are 1/8 MV. They don't fit the line better. Alright guys, I'm going to put this on when I get to the dyno tomorrow. Just got it off the side. This one right here will go into this, and then the T will go right into here, and then we'll have electric boost gauge working, so yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Everything's ready to roll. Everything should be good. Change the diff fluid. Well, you guys seen that. It's hard to remember what you guys seen and didn't see. Yeah, we had that incident yesterday. I talked about that. A lot of this is from like a few days. I've been working on other people's cars to get money to get from my cars, and you know how it is. You gotta work to play. So you gotta work hard to play hard for a few hours a weekend or a weekday, whatever day it falls on. But yeah, we did that. New head gasket. System upgrade head gasket. Build head. Fiera valves. Springs. Retainers. 236 intake cam, 240 exhaust cam. I wish I would have had the money to get the cans before I went up. Well, I did have the money, but then I had to buy that. I could have probably saved it back, but I want to get slicks, and then the tune will just change. So we'll do that this winter. Build the head, then everything we gotta do is build the bottom end. I think I told you guys about this the other day when I made a little video. I think it was yesterday actually. This was sharing it with the boost gauge, which the boost gauge is now over here, and it was sharing this port and blocking it off, and then, like I thought, it was probably messing with the AFRs. When I put it back, the AFRs are really clean now. Same with idle. This right here was stretched out, so I just extended it. That goes to the car for a few different things. And the blow-off valve and the map sensor went to the same one. Thought about putting the map sensor on its own, but I think it'll be alright the way it is. It was like that the last time. Not low on fluid, are we? I think that's on there. It's good. Yeah, full oil. Yeah, I think it's about it, guys. It's a very nice blow-off valve. I like it. Done just like your coilovers are. Just spin this off so much easier. You don't have to worry about them stripping like the other one. I think it's all we really did. I mean, we did a lot. Hopefully everything's good. You can see that was what was left in the bottom of the pan. Really no brass in it. Kind of looks like brass on here, but I think it's just metal from the Quiffy LSD, or the clutch dust from the Quiffy LSD. Who knows? I'll take that with me. Yeah, wife cleaned it out, which you guys probably can't see, but it's not so dirty now. Gonna wash it tomorrow before we go, and should be good to go. Hopefully everything's good, guys. I thought she was gonna blow the other day when it hit that 45. Yesterday when it hit 45 psi. Unreal. We got lucky. I don't know how the hell it stayed together. Stock bottom end. New coil pack as well. A lot of new things on here. It'll keep continuing. We really need to get a built transmission next. That's what I really need to do before I even build the bottom end, to be honest with you. No use in having all the power I want to make and then not have a transmission that holds it. But if we can get everything right and correct, and the manual transmission can hold it, you know, a month. All depends how serious we get about racing and what we do. See what happens. I like to do some big things with it, but you never know what I'm going to do. I know I want to get around to my talent soon, so I got a lot of them, but I at least want to get to one of them. Getting old. Won't take long for time to catch up with you. But down tomorrow, 9 a.m. I'll try to get you guys some video of it. Wish me luck, and if you want, put down in the comments what you think it'll make. Later, guys. Have a good one.